Hello, everybody. Welcome. Jeff here, BW Bricks from BW Bricks. It's going to be one of those shows. I have had a lot of work the past week and came off of a major implementation that we did this week, and then I've been going nonstop afterwards, trying to problem solve other issues. So, yeah, brain is a little frazzled. Welcome, episode 176. It was the night before August. New sets from Comic-Con as well. And yeah, we had actually a bit of an interesting conversation just in chat in our Canadian Brick Builder chat pre this in regards to tomorrow, apparently everywhere else in the world so far, so we're assuming it's US and Canada, this set will become available again for gift for purchase. And we're estimated to be about 280 Canadian, 275, 280 Canadian for a minimum buy. And I was like, oh, I'm going to finally go and get the Modular History Museum. I pulled it up on the screen, realized it was $389, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to actually spend that money on that set. And it's a 4,014 piece set, so $389 is 10 cents a piece Canadian. Normally 10 cents a piece American is our standard, so yeah, I guess still it's a decent enough price. But it just seems like a lot of money. Hello, Sean. Welcome. You got to get me into the Cool Kid chat. Do you want an invite? Send me a Facebook link, or send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I'll pass you a link. You can join in. Why not? We're always looking to add new people. If anybody wants to join in, I mean, more people, 4 or 5 people in a chat is a lot funner than me. Let's be honest. But yeah, so I'm having thoughts that, like, I want that modular. It's just I don't know that I want to spend the money for that modular, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I do want to buy something tomorrow to get another one of these. I have one. I would like to get another one, just because, I actually want to keep one closed, have one opened. I want a white space baby, unlike some of my friends, Dana, who has like 20 white space babies, because he just called customer service one point and asked, and they said okay. Now he also has a space baby collection of the classic space sets, so that makes sense. But anyway, yeah. Sean, you can also reach out to me on Discord too if you want. I'll just open up my Discord chat for a minute, because we're both on the Torlog chat. So okay, just open that. So hopefully I realize that you're messaging me. So yeah, the National History Museum, as I mentioned, $389.99 Canadian. And while it's a cool set, I mean, the other thing is, like, the other conversation was, what am I doing with these, right? Like, this set will go on a shelf in my back room with all my other modulars. I have every one except for the Eric Bach one, which was the Market, the light blue one. It wasn't actually it wasn't an official set until after he passed, and then they decided to include it in the modular building series. And that one was built out of most of the parts that people would have in their collection. So technically I could build it if I wanted to. But yeah, I have them all. So there's part of me that's like, I must have them. But at the same time, we looked it up. The Cafe Corner, used, no box, no book, selling for $1,200 used. So it's like, wow, like $1,200. I mean, sealed box obviously going to sell for a lot more, but $1,200. It's kind of crazy. Excuse me, I burped. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff today. I say we because I hope others will join. Dave Cadice has said he's packing for the cottage, so he has a reason, or packing to go camping because it's a long weekend here, starting this weekend, August long weekend, which is our midpoint of summer. Unlike those, some Americans who are already starting to go back to school next week. Summer's only halfway through for us. So yeah, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. The new sets, obviously, that were announced this week. What's going to be available August 1st, or what we might buy August 1st. Because, welcome, I bought one modular, the Cinema, and it's still in the box, never got around to building it. Yeah, I mean, it's an investment as well, right? Like, my back room where I have all those sets, that's probably $10,000-ish worth of Lego well, probably more than that. I don't know. I have to price it out. Obviously, I'd sell it all used, but it's, I don't know. I mean, I want to keep them because I love them, but at the same time, and then do I want to buy more because they're fun to build, they're fun to put together. I had a friend who had bought the Lamborghini Scion Technic set, and they were done with it. So asked me to put it in my store, sell it used, sold in 3 days for $350. Now I also have a Cat D11 Technic Bulldozer that's still in my store. It's been a week or two, but like if there's a big enough used market for sets and stuff, if you can clear stuff out quickly, I don't know, maybe it's an idea. I don't know. And $1,200, it's a Millennium Falcon, or other things. Not that I necessarily want a Millennium Falcon, but just saying, it's another new Lego set. But yeah, anyway, we got 8 people watching, so welcome. As for what I've done this week, I cleaned up my desk a bit. Not over there, but my desk. I've reorganized my workstation as well for work. I got a new work laptop, so it's able to handle my monitors a little better. I'm able to handle 3 monitors, so I switched some stuff around. I've got a better setup now for working, which is great. I have other photos here. Let's see. I built the R2-D2 this week, which was fun. I bought this so that I could get the 3PO because, I want both of them together. And the Lamborghini's been sitting here for a while. The box, I finally got rid of that. I went to my local Walmart. This is the first time I've seen this in Canada. They had a display case here. Now, mind you, there's no lock on it. It's just the display case. But they had some random Lego sets sitting in here. I don't understand. I wonder if they're going to display cases for everything. Right beside it it's right beside the sporting goods, so there's like a hunting stuff there. But yeah, random display case, and all the rest were shelves. So like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to be a new trend. Lego's taking a back burner for me. I have got 3D printer. Yeah, I've seen some. I've been kind of interested in that too recently. I don't know that I'd want to get one, but there's some fun things you could do with that for sure. Whoops. Let's see. That same day, I also drove over, within the next few days, I drove over to my Value Village because Dave, he goes to Value Village. He gets himself Lego sets. So I went to Value Village and I found myself a $3.99 Duplo base plate, which I didn't buy because I don't need a $3.99 Duplo base plate. Technically, it's a 48 by 48 base plate in regular scale, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And then I also found 4 bags for $3.99 of Lego instructions. No bricks, just instructions. I was like, okay. And then I looked up at the sky and cursed the name of Dave. Yeah, so all of our Lego and Walmarts are in cases. Yeah, I know in the States, I'm assuming you're in the States, cause I'm assuming in the States it's definitely, I've seen that more often. And it doesn't surprise me, like parts of Canada in the, maybe in the bigger cities that's already a thing, but it's just weird to see in Peterborough, which is a city of like 70,000. Anyway, okay, sorry. Someone just joined and I had a Facebook message. Ah, Matt's here. Hey, Matt. Hold on, I'm adding you into the picture. There we
Yep.
go. Welcome.
CBC hat.
Oh, he's got his CBC hat on. Oh, he's wearing the same hat twice. How dare he?
You know, they're in once or twice a year is okay. You got to keep the rotation.
Fair enough. Well, and it's CBC, so I won't argue. You're helping our publicly funded companies. Sean also is saying the R2D2 and 3PO, are you slightly more interested in getting the Chewie set that bombed on arrival? No. No interest in Chewie at all, even though he's in scale with the new R2 and 3PO.
I like the Chewie. I built it. It's on my shelf.
Okay, well,
not everybody's a Chewie hater.
It's not that I hate Chewie. Hey, David, are you hopefully joining us? I guess the gerbils are starting to get their exercise and get your computer going, hopefully. So yeah, I that was my little story. I went to Value Village, where Dave always goes and gets crap tons of Lego, and I found a Duplo base plate and 4 bags of $3.99 instructions.
Boy, you really made out.
Yeah, I made it out the door with nothing in my hands. Oh yeah, it's my computer set up yesterday. That was like my monitor set up before, and then I started playing with it and lowered it down and stuff. So, and a bunch of other junk on my desk. And I got a bricks and pieces order, all of which I've put away because that was like earlier this week. And I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. So I haven't really done much in the way. Like I said, I cleaned my desk up. What else did I do? Put the castle together. I put away a bunch of my overstock into my back room. I moved the food and drink parts to a bigger bin because with that Bricklink order or that bricks and pieces order, I got some of the banana peel pieces and I needed a space for those. So yeah. So, what have you been doing, Matt?
I finished the museum set. I finished it.
Oh, the modular museum. Yeah, that's right. And this is part. I don't know. Did you catch the first part of this?
No. I just logged on.
The gift for purchase is coming back tomorrow apparently, and I was like, oh, I want to buy the modular museum, and then I looked at it, and it's $389 for the 4,000 pieces, and it's like, it's expensive. I don't know, like if I only have to spend $280 for the modular for that set.
It's a base plate and a half, so it's bigger than your typical modular.
Is it worth it?
It's a fun build. I want to make it add initial third story to it. I think at least most of the museums I've visited in North America, they tend to be pretty large. So I would like to maybe actually blow it out 2 base plates and add an extra layer. I'm not going to do that right now, but I enjoyed it. I think when I got mine, I cashed in on one of the GWPs that I sold, and then I used $100 in points. So, it made it feel like I spent less.
That's a good point. How many points do I have? I could do that. With our grocery store chain, the Loblaws chain of grocery stores, they have points that you can earn, and I've got about $140 in points, and they have gift cards for Shop at Home. Okay. So I was like, I could technically. You can't actually buy gift cards with your points. But you could buy $50 in groceries and a $50 gift card and use your points and pay $50.
That sounds pretty
but yeah, so I mean, I should do that. But yeah, maybe cashing in some points to make that seem a little cheaper. That's an idea. I should look at that quickly.
That's how I rationalized it.
Yeah. And
but
Sean,
personally, I was sort of down on last year's the Jazz Club set. I was not a big fan of it, but I really liked the look of the museum. And one of the things you build is a planetarium, which I liked. It's simple. It's not anything super sophisticated. It's also one of the first sets that use the rockered snot bricks. And the funny thing is, they're kind of unnecessary. It's not like they, like usually those rockered snot bricks, they're putting something at an angle, so it's not, like true.
The rockered?
But the rounded on one end, so like the snot brick.
But okay, yeah, like the newest style. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and there are sets where like they'll have you turn it so it's it's at an angle to the, whatever is the flat surface, and
Yeah.
they have you use the new rounded parts, but they didn't need to. It's like they just threw them in the
Okay.
set because they were like, it's a new mold. Like, yeah, let's throw some people some of these new parts. So it was kind of funny.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm talking to Sean as you're talking as well because he's on. He's reached out to me on Discord, so just waiting for that reply. But yeah, yeah. So Sean's getting ready for Big Explosion, which is their event. David's speaking Wookiee to us. He's also yelling at his computer in Wookiee. Hey, Dave, I'm going crazy preparing for Brick Explosion. Exclusive kits are being packed as I type. I got cool new tote legs and lanyards and more. Very cool. I wish I could attend maybe next year. Yeah, where is Brick Explosion? To me, I'm thinking that's Nova Scotia, but I can't like highlight. I think that's the Nova Scotia, but it's been a while because I know you're from that area. So, oh, Sean. Okay, Sean. Sean, I'm going to add you to our Facebook group quickly as well. Chat info. I don't know how to chat members. I have to figure out how to do this. But yeah, I'll do that at some point in this next few hours. So yeah. Halifax, yes. Next year, I am thinking about Halloween themed event. Yeah, Halifax is actually, when is it? Oh, you know what? Let's just Google it. Instead of me asking questions. Let's pull it up here. Explosion Halifax. I found it. Oh, I didn't share though. High quality production going on here, but folks, high quality production. 2024 Halifax's returns. August 10th. At the Mayflower Curling Club. Saturday, August 10th from 8 till 4. Cool. I won't be able to make it, I can tell you that. But yeah, David Sincere says Halifax. Even though he's not in the chat, he's in the chat, just not in.
Halifax sounds fun. I've never been to Nova Scotia.
Near by. And I'm actually thinking of going out east at some point in the next while. Our work has been crazy busy right now, and I don't think I can really get a break until late August, early September. So that was kind of in my mind of hopping in a car and driving somewhere. But yeah, or flying to Newfoundland or something like that, which is close enough to Halifax, but not really close enough because, either fly to Newfoundland or you take a ferry.
So speaking of upcoming shows, I went to my local Lego store on Saturday after my hockey game, and I was just standing. I just went back to check the wall to see if there's anything new, and I'm like, that looks pretty good. And I look over, and somebody's like, "Hey, Matt," and it's Keith, who lives in Jacksonville, Florida, but he used to. I've seen him for years because he used to go to Brick Fair, Alabama. He was actually on his way up to Brick Fair, Virginia, which is also this weekend. And he's one of the people who works the show, so he goes up 8 days in ahead to help set things up. So it was just random. You don't expect to see somebody out of town when you go to your local Lego store and you're just looking at the wall.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's from Florida based, isn't he? No, I'm trying to think where Keith's. Yeah, Keith's out in Florida, I think.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Florida.
so why would he head up to? I guess he was flying out of Atlanta.
No, he's driving, and he didn't want to drive the whole way, so he actually drove up and.
He met someone else here.
No, he actually just purposely came to Atlanta to hit both Lego stores, and then he spent the night at the hotel, basically right down the street from my house because I'm Lego. So he just decided to make Atlanta his like halfway point, or not quite halfway.
Okay.
His rest stop.
Yes, his rest stop. Okay. Interesting. Sean is being added to our chat. Sean, it's there. And I will just quickly repost the link to this chat because it's gotten buried a bit. Copy link address. Hopefully, it's probably just easier for me to copy it off of the actual chat. So if you do want to join, you're more than welcome to. Did I close Facebook? It's one of those days where I did not close Facebook. It's just one of those days. That's all I can say. Control V. There we go. For Dave and Sean. Gotta love this dead air, eh?
I can talk more if you want.
Well, you usually are. That's why I was doing. No, I'm just joking. Anyway.
Well, I did. I put in the chat that I was asking about gifts with purchased, and then I thought, rather than just ask Jeff in the chat, I guess I could actually look. So I went to the Brian. Somebody does a website where they're running down all the new sets, and they had the news about this set coming back out. Ooh.
Yeah, which I just showed a few minutes ago because I was talking about. Okay, yeah.
Which when it came out the first time, I got 2 of them so that I could flip one, and I think I sold it for like a good chunk, like $50.
It was selling for I think 70 to 80 here.
Yeah, I don't know. So if you think about it, I mean, if you spend exactly 200 and you got 200 US, and I got 50 US for it, basically I got 25% off plus the VIP. So it was almost like 30% off. But you have to be willing to part with it. I mean, that's
exactly.
That's the thing. So
and that's the part, right? Where that's the point. You have to be willing to not have that.
I'm probably going to place an order at midnight because the other thing that's coming out is some of the Animal Crossing and one of the gaming sets. I'm going to flip the figs because I don't care about them, but I actually am very interested in the window pieces that come in those Animal Crossing set.
Yeah, okay. Are there new colors?
Yeah, well, they're also a different mold.
There's another new mold?
Well, it's the same. It's a curved door. I had it here. Hang on a second.
I'll pull it up as we're, I'll put it up here on the screen as we're talking. Just so that, there we go. Okay. Share. Here again.
I bought a couple.
Oh, Jay's Brick Blog.
That's what it was.
Yeah. It's funny because I didn't see that article there, but I saw it in other places. New Elementary posted it as well, so that set was coming back. ANIMAL. Yes, I had to spell out animal. I think I spelled it right.
Oh,
it came up. So
okay, so I bought like 2 each of these off of Shop Bricks and Pieces, but
hold on. I'm trying to full screen you. Yeah.
So it's this curved window, but it has this lip.
Yeah.
So it's like half a stud wide, but it has a full stud.
Full stud to lock it in. Yeah.
And then it also comes with a red door.
Yeah.
Which has these hinge connection points.
Whoops, wrong way. Yeah.
Yep. So I got the red door, and there's also a dark orange window frame. And again, it's like half a stud wide, but 1 stud attachment. I don't know. I'm a building person, so I'm like, I must have these 2 molds.
It's interesting. I'm just going to switch back over to our shared view here. It looks like the new sets don't have that window mold. This one has just a regular window with the arch above it.
Yeah, I'm going to skip that. That's $80 US. And when I looked at the parts, I was like, even if I flip the figs, I'm not that excited by the parts in that set. It's the other $80 set that actually has me interested.
Well, this is the other new one, I think. Yeah, this is the other new one, and it doesn't have any of those windows.
The other $80 set that's been out already.
Oh, okay. So
one of the minifigs. Yeah, one of the minifigs in there goes for like $13, $14.
Okay.
Cheapest worldwide, and the cheapest in the US was like $23. So
yeah,
if I buy an $80 set and I can flip the figs for say $25, that's
that makes sense.
The third of the cost of the set, quarter.
Yeah. And you like the parts, I guess. I'm guessing because
there's a lot of building. I do a lot of architecture, so there's a lot of structural type pieces that
you got the brown window one as well, right?
Yeah, it's actually dark orange, but
Oh, dark orange. Okay.
yeah. Although now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I already got all those windows, so maybe I shouldn't spend the money.
Well, this is the $50. This is like the $40 set for you guys.
Yes.
So the one, yeah,
And
this one is,
and
and
it's
this one
already
has, yeah, the pink and that.
no, the pink one. I don't have the pink window. So
It's dark pink.
hmm.
Let's get Matt to spend money.
Well, I'll spend enough to hit the 200, but
Yeah.
both of the botanical sets that are coming out, I'm gonna get one of each of those. But they're only $30 US, so that's still a long ways to get to 200. So,
I was looking at the terms. I was reading. I think. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just pull that up quickly. Let me just grab the news here. Let me just find the right one. I think it was documentary. Anyways, no, it's Brickset. Let me pull up Brickset for a minute. Brickset has an article already about the new sets being available, and then they mentioned the Micro Launchpad is also available with gift of purchase of more than 180 pounds to 200 euros, but it also is excluding the McLaren P1 and the Castle Noctura, which is the Dream set.
Well, if you get McLaren, you get this unique GWP.
You get the unique GWP, but this is the first time they've ever limited it to say you can't get the other gift of purchase with it.
That's
and the Castle Nocturna.
You can't double stack that way.
Yeah, I guess not. And the Castle Nocturna set is the same thing that you can get 2 qualifying Dreams polybags as well. Well, that's the Dream set. So I'm like, well, that's interesting because I don't know if this will apply to North America. It probably will, but
I'm sure it's probably worldwide. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it just means that you can't double up on some gift of purchases, which is one of the main reasons why people buy stuff on day one, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing that I noticed is that the language said that this set was available for online. I don't.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's not an in-store.
Oh, let me see.
WP. Maybe I read it wrong, but that was the vibe I got. So
yeah. So okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on one of these sets, and I'm going to go back to sharing the screen properly. This guy. So this is this brought me up into coming soon on date. Nice.
On date.
Nice. Parameterized values, people. It was funny because a few moments ago it said August 1st. But anyways, I was going to just change over to the Great Britain site because that's where that set is definitely available. It is available now. But yeah, if I learn more on the set and then go to the terms and conditions, they have the thing about the Dreams. Does it have any? I'm just seeing if there's any limitations on this one, which it doesn't seem like there is. Oh, yeah. Lego Dream, Zoe Dream Jet Backpack Booster. Oh, no, that's the set information, how much they're worth. The McLaren, it's saying that set's worth approximately 20 pounds. Yeah, qualifying purchase must be equal or greater to than 180 pounds, excluding Lego Technical Fair and the Lego Dreams Castle Nocturna. I forget where I was going with this. I was pulling this up for a reason. It was something you were saying.
I think you were trying to check to see if it was a North America limitation.
Or yeah, but it's
not.
America. It's not there yet. David, I'm waiting for you to actually have a device connected to add you. Apparently, he wasn't connected there yet. Dave's in the dark, which says a lot.
Dave After Dark.
Apparently, his computer is still booting up.
I mean, he doesn't just have it on all the time. I thought that's what people did these days.
That's what I do. Well, he said it was doing computer updates, but...
updating. Okay.
So while we're waiting for Dave to join, Sean's saying, does anyone take issue with the fact that Lego printed limited edition all over the gift of purchase box, but it's bringing them back? It kind of ignores that. It is still limited, though. I mean, they are.
You got to spend a lot of money to get it, so it's limited.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they had a set production run and they couldn't produce enough of them beforehand, so now they've got a second production run, or the second half of that production run. Oh, there he is. Can he talk? Can he move?
He's
He was there for a moment, folks, and then he disappeared. Lovely computers. So yeah, we'll wait a few more minutes for Dave to join in, and then we'll see what he's been up to, and go from there.
So when I was packing my bricks at the local store, I got almost an entire box of the Trans Red 1x2 bricks, because I had an idea to maybe do like a sculpture of a heart, and then put a light source in it. I'm getting very like ET vibes where his like heart revives.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought those Trans Red parts, you could stack an awful lot of them in one box. So
and you can put a light behind it too, and just have it blinking to a heartbeat rhythm or something.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
And then I got a little bit more of the curved
brown Let's get back to
double pane.
Which ones?
The curved round double pane window.
Yeah. Oh, so you're putting your stuff away, I guess, right now, eh?
Still?
Yeah. Okay. I missed that because I was busy trying to get messages to people on Facebook because I suck. But yeah. All right. No news from Dave yet, so we'll continue. We'll jump into the news. Speaking of news, wasn't that a great segue? News, say it enough times, and eventually
the
we'll
new
do
news.
All right. Lego Ideas stuff. There's actually 4 Lego Ideas things I think this week, whereas last week was like 1, and the week before that was nothing. So the first one this week is the Lisbon tram. It beeped. He's there. We have a picture. Does he speak?
Yes. Hello.
He has voice.
Hello.
Everything.
Yes.
What, those darn gerbils, eh?
No, I actually gave up on my computer. I'm using my work computer because my personal computer is still updating.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. So cool. Welcome. Way to use company resources to the proper use. For the proper use.
Hey, it's after hours. Who cares?
Well, yeah. So how you been?
Good. Been busy. Been really busy at work. So.
Yeah, I hear you. My work, we've been so busy at work. My work this week has said to us on Friday, log your time like a regular work day, but don't work. Take the day off. Have a long weekend. I was like, oh, thanks. Because for us on Sunday, I started working at 3:30 and finished at 10:30 a.m. 3:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And then I was on the next morning. I was on Monday morning at, I was on technically Sunday night from 9 till 11 or so, and then Monday morning again from 2 to 3:30, just because stuff runs at those times, and we just have to make sure everything was going. So, I easily put in a day's worth of effort, but they gave us a free day as well. So yeah, I get to relax for the weekend, which is nice. But anyway, enough about me. We were talking about you, Dave.
Yeah, I didn't do much Legoing. If that.
Oh look, Dave dropped off. So I'm joking.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I haven't bought anything. I did start a pick a brick order.
Yeah.
When I saw the orange torso, the Classic Space orange torso,
Are they available still?
Well, they were last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I'm checking the Discords.
Well, I did do something this weekend. This past Sunday, I did sat down with my children and we played with my revamped Yellow Castle.
Oh, okay.
So we play nights, and because my youngest one wanted like attention, he wanted like to spend time. So I said, okay, well, what do you want to play? He said, can we play with the Yellow Castle? I said, fine. So got the nights out, got everyone had a faction, and we took turns holding the castle, losing the castle, getting the castle back.
Okay, cool. It makes it fair for everyone, right?
Yep.
The question is, who was the last one to hold the castle? Because technically they won.
Well, the story. Well, Jacob was the Lion Knights, I think, or the
Yeah.
King's Knights. So
Okay.
he started with the castle and he ended up with the castle. I was playing the mercenaries because my faction is actually like a bunch of knights figure that don't go together. So
Gotcha.
and they're led by the Bat Knight. So
So all I can say now is that Dave's playing with castles, folks. I have converted one. Must convert the other Dave. Yeah, right.
It sounds like Dave
Well-
was already owned a castle, though. So
Yes, he does. Of course, we all own castles. We just, you don't own any castle set at all. Really?
I never had it as a kid, and I've never bought. I was really seriously tempted when that big one came out. What is it, a year, 2 years ago? But I thought,
Oh, the blacksmith shop, or
If I
or
s-
the big
the Lion King's castle.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
$400 US.
Yeah,
cap.
yeah.
But I thought, if I buy that, it's going to lead to a whole bunch of other castle related.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're opening Pandora's box there.
But the one thing I do own from that kind of overall is I do have the Medieval Village, the original one that came out, I don't know, 15 years
Oh,
ago.
okay, yeah. With the
And I really liked it. And I've heard
Well, that
so
was
many
a nice
good
one.
things about the blacksmith shop when they had it marked down for the Prime Day sale. I actually bought 2 copies to do as a parts drafts. So I didn't actually buy the set for me. I just bought it for the parts draft. But
It is a good set, though. I have to say. That was a fun set. It sold out, by the way, in case you didn't notice by eyes of
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. So it's not in your card
I
anymore.
have a bunch of parts that I still want. So
I wasn't going to
So
buy
wait.
them because
I'm gonna wait until it comes back to in
I
stock.
wasn't going to buy it because I have about 10 of them. I think I did a quick count and I have 9 or 10 of them, and I'm good with that. But then as I was cleaning up yesterday, I've got a stack of bins that are all sorted by color that are just the parts from the leftover parts from bags and stuff, and just random parts that I found. And I've got 4 orange helmets that don't have anybody to put with them. So I'm like, well, now I feel like maybe I need to. Or I build orange new space figures, which I might do. Ooh. That's hold on, I'm just gonna reach over here. Sorry for the body parts you see. Hold on, Sean, I'll actually just in a second. This torso might work good with the orange helmet, although that's the reddish orange.
No, it's the reddish orange. So
Yeah. All right, hold on. We got to change things up here a bit because we have someone else joining. Welcome everybody. Sean,
Hello, everybody.
God,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Yes.
Good.
We can hear you.
I might be able to hook you up with some orange spacemen, but yeah, I was excited to see those on the chart today.
I've been hooked up with Orange Spacemen over the years because I wasn't in a lug when they became available.
Yeah.
So I bought 3 of the books, which I'm looking at 2 of them right here. I bought 3 of the books at like $40 to get the figures. I've gotten a few from some friends as well. So I don't mind spending a little bit to get.
There was that space restaurant gift with purchase that came out a couple months ago, and that month I happened to buy a bunch of parts for another project.
Okay.
And I think I ended up with 17 of them. So
Wow.
I have 17 Orange Spacemen.
Wow, that's a lot of that's quite the project.
I do a lot of custom work, so I'm always looking for parts, and I'm always doing like huge pad orders if I'm doing like a mosaic project for somebody. So yeah, I load up I take my time when I'm putting my orders in, make sure I get to the threshold, and then
From
send that order in and punch in another order. So
from bestsellers though, right? Because standard it doesn't apply.
Yes, bestsellers. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Sean, tell us about yourself, because some of us have never met you. Some of us have. Actually, 2 of us have.
Right.
I don't think.
Well, I'm Sean from Halifax, and I am the ambassador and the vice president of the Maritime Lego user group, Marilug, and I run Holdfast Bricks, and that is basically I'm the local Lego guy, I guess. Everyone sees me walking around town. They go, "Hey, Lego guy!" I do a lot of Lego clubs with elementary schools and libraries. And I do a monthly night at the local bar that I really like going to, and I'm getting a lot of people from Toronto that want to come to Halifax just to go to the bar. Simon,
You're talking about Simon, right?
yeah, Simon.
Yeah.
He's like, every time I post something, Simon is like, "Oh, geez, you're teasing me again." So
I'm not saying that Simon's a drinker. I'm just saying I know he likes going to bars.
He's social. He's a very social person.
He's very social. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then on the side, I started doing Bricksplosion, and it was mostly because of Bricks in the Six, because I was like, well, I was so a year ago, Bricks in the Six is already over. Like it happened in the early or mid July.
Like last weekend, I think it was.
Yeah.
Timeline.
So it was a couple weeks before that, and I was talking to Graham, and I didn't really clue in who Graham was when I was talking to him. I was just like, he's just Graham, and he answered the email.
Yeah.
But Montreal had a good event, and Laval had a good event, and Vancouver's got a good event, and Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan has a good event. So why can't Halifax have a good event? So, and no one had ever really tried. So I just said, I'm going to rent a hall, put it on my credit card, rent some tables, beg my friends, and do it. And last year we had about 100 tables worth of Lego. Some were less filled than others, and my thresholds. I'm not at the top quality levels yet. I'm still allowing a few more retail sets than but I'm encouraging people to display them in a creative way, making a layout, making a streetscape. Like it's hard not to have a train layout without a bunch of modulars in it. So anyway, so this year's a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit more refined. And then they're tearing the venue down next year, so I can't use the same venue. So next year is going to be it's either going to explode on itself or it's going to be the greatest thing ever. So next year I'm already kind of plotting out what we can possibly do at a bigger, better venue. I'd like to be in Halifax, and Halifax is a lot cheaper than Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver. Yeah. But still, like if you want a good venue, it's still a pricey thing. Where right now I'm at a curling rink, and it's super cheap, like unbelievably cheap. But it's only 5 minutes from my house, so I really like it.
Makes sense.
But yeah.
So it's a one-day public show.
One-day public show, and this year we're trying to do kind of a starting off convention things. I want to do. A parts draft and some speed games and stuff like that. Like our lug is weird in that we are 3 provinces big. New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia. And so the distance between our members is like 14, 15 hours. So even in that sense, we don't get enough chances together. Like I came to the Toralug AGM in December, and there was more fun that I saw in that AGM that I'd seen in the years of Marilug. Just because everyone's kind of close. Like, sure, it might be an hour and a half or something, but it's better than 14 hours. So last year, I felt like I was too busy and I didn't get to talk to anybody because I run the event basically solo. Yeah. And
Jeff too. When you were running Brick Fight, you did.
Well, I was JD's personal servant. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
There you go. So last year I didn't think we did much socializing. So this year I was doing like the night before after setup. Basically, there's a lounge at the curling club that we're gonna take over and do games and things. And I've got a couple interesting people like Zachary Steinman, who's Instagram famous. He's a local guy. He's a friend of mine. So I'd kind of like him to do a little chat or something, or a building demo or something, just to start the idea of having convention-like aspects. So
I would go watch him talk about his cubes. I love his cube work. So.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he's such a friendly guy, and he's such a humble guy. And he's just like, he's kind of amazed. He and I went to Brickworld Chicago this year, and he was just clamored on, and it was his first big show. Like he did Bricksplosion last year, but Bricksplosion's admittedly it's not very much of a big show. But going to Brickworld and having all those people jump on him, and he's just so humble and so relaxed about it, everything. So But his
I
cubes
think-
are beautiful. They're very
Yeah.
cool, geometric. He just finished up an art show at a local gallery, and he's now prepping a bunch of stuff for Bricksplosion. So, yeah.
I think starting as Brickworld is your first big convention. That's the full test right there because it's the biggest convention.
Yes.
But I mean, we've also mentioned that Brick Fair Virginia, which is probably the second biggest, I would think. If not, I don't think their volume is as big as like people attending, but is as big as Brickworld. But that one's this weekend as well. So
Yeah. Simon was actually bugging me about coming to to Virginia this weekend.
Virginia, yeah.
He just wants to drink beer. So.
Well, no, Virginia's pretty cool though. It's a fun place to go. I went back in 2018, I think it was 2017, 2018. That's the last time I went, and I had been out of the convention scene for enough years that I didn't know many people anymore.
Mhm.
You know, there was a few people I'd recognized from over the years, but it was more of a, you know, a lot of the newer people I didn't know. So I didn't have as much fun because I didn't know as many people there. But it was still a decent show. I went with JD and Brandon. So that was a fun trip for that as well. So
Yeah. I was looking at the map, and actually Virginia is closer than Chicago is. So maybe
Yeah.
next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
That.
Yeah.
But I got to look at the scheduling, but yeah, you know, and Zach is going to be at Bricks in the Six in Toronto
Okay.
in November, and
You're
so
going
there'll be
too,
some
right?
sort of thing. Pardon me?
You're there too, or you're planning to be there?
Yep, totally.
Okay.
I look forward to it. I've been, yeah, I don't know. I really like Halifax is cool and all, but I really like the number of builders and passionate people that are in Toronto and of course you know, Quebec and everywhere else. It just seems like we've got a strong core group, and I think this is what all the other lugs across Canada. When I talk about Calgary, like the Southern Alberta lug, the Northern Alberta lug, I'm friends with all these executives, and all these small groups have Manitoba's lug. They've got like 45 members, but like 10 of them that are really core, and you know, you get this divide. But when I've been in Toronto, when I've been at Bricks in the Six, just the community in the local area. I've made a bunch of friends in K-Lug as well. You know, there's just so much passion in the bigger centers that it's hard not to be enamored with that. And just I want to hang out. I want to fly to Toronto like regularly just to go to meetings, just to like do a speed building challenge, just so I can come back to Halifax and say, "Hey guys, let's try this."
Excuse me. I was in one of the pre-lugs before Toralug, so I didn't join Toralug when it first started. So I just joined 2 years ago, I guess, technically. And that's one of the things I found. Like there is a bigger core group of people who all know each other, and they know of me, but I don't really know them and stuff, right? So it's kind of a weird situation because I'm like I don't know that I know a few of them and I meet a few of them every time I go, but it's just there's like what 100 people, 180 people, I think. No,
something like that. I think 180. It's grown substantially in the last year
for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't just. It's hard to just to introduce yourself to that many people or get talking to that many people. But
absolutely, and it's interesting because I see you guys, and when I saw you at Bricks in the Six, I was like, oh, the Canadian brick builders are here. Like, and you bring this, like, you walk in and people are like, oh yes, this would be your space. And I think you're very well respected, but maybe you know the young whippersnappers of the lug are afraid to talk to you.
I don't know.
Was afraid to talk to you, and I just kind of like leaned in and listened to you guys talk, and it was funny.
I don't know that I don't know that how many of them of the Toralug crowd actually watch our chat. I don't think there's many that do, honestly. But I mean,
well, they know of Jeff because of Brick Fight.
No, Brick Fight, and just I've been in the community since 2001, I guess. So I've been around for the years. That just didn't sound right when it came out there, but you know.
And you run a really good Dirty Brickster.
Yeah, that was fun. I love doing the Dirty Brickster. So
I was saying in Chicago, and I think I mentioned this on one of our chats elsewhere, that in Chicago, at Brickworld Chicago, the biggest Lego convention in North America, nobody yells "Dirty Brickster" when they steal. And I was the only one doing it, and people were looking at me like I was weird, and I was like, "Well, I am Canadian," and they were.
Yeah, I mean, we try and encourage that, and I mean, I know like when we did the one in at Brickman, I mean that you guys are more lively than we were in Toronto, that's for sure. Like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one was kind of crazy. But,
Yeah, we played a game. Over here in Quebec, we played a game. The game is you're stealing stuff from other people, and it has to hurt someone. If you do a dirty brickster and nobody's feeling get hurt, you're not doing a good job.
Oh, my air conditioner finally stopped! Yay!
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I was hoping to get out to Brickmania, but there's been that rejigging of things. So hopefully there's going to be a new K-Lug run event at some point. I know that. I don't know.
Well,
I know the Brick Summit is happening, but
I'm out of the picture right now. But I know that the guys who took over the running of Brickmania, they have some plans. They do tend to. They plan to have an event in 2025, so hopefully they'll get there and they'll find a venue.
If you talk to them, I want dibs on October, like Halloween. I think that we should, like the good-hearted people of like Graham with Bricks in the Six. I can represent Halifax as long as we should have be in cahoots with one another. And
yeah, that's usually the thing. And when Graham decided to move his event from July to November, he actually emailed me and not email me, but he reached out through Messenger and asked me, "Hey, David, I want to move my event to November. Is that okay with you guys?" And that was totally fine. So yeah, I'm all for sharing information and not stepping on each other's toes.
I think it would be really cool if we could actually schedule it. So let's say it starts in Vancouver, and then 2 weeks later it's in Calgary. 2 weeks later it's in Edmonton. 2 weeks later it's in Saskatchewan.
we could just drive across the country for 2 months.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then then we'd end up somehow in Toronto in November. I don't know. We got to get Graham to get earlier, a little bit early. I don't want to go in January. So.
I don't want to go in January either.
Hopefully the gift of purchase lasts until the 2nd. I agree. If not, I guess by tonight. But if you can't, then that's understandable. As you were talking, I was tidying up my desk and I found a Christmas card from Janie. So that's how long this has been sitting on my desk, since January.
Thank you, JD.
Thank you, JD. And Brandon. Anyway, so cool. Well, welcome, Sean. You're always welcome. You're in our chat now. I drop the link to the chat every week, so you're welcome to join us whenever. Can we get into the news?
Yes.
Let's talk news.
Let's talk the news.
Where's
first of all, still sold out. I just checked again. Whoa. I almost refreshed the chat. That would not have been good. Just checking one more time. Still sold out there, Davey. Okay, anyway. So yeah, we were talking about the Lisbon tram, Electrio 28, hit 10,000 supporters. This is built by Ezekiel Alabaca. This is where I murder names. 2,241 pieces. The tram and part of its payment is an update to a similar project that hit 10K but didn't pass review. So, be nice if this was modular-ish, but I'm just noticing there's no modular connector points on it as well. But it's not like it'd be rocket science to update it to make it so, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see this as a future model to buy. Next up, we have Wednesdays, The Room, and The Balcony from the Wednesday TV show, which I still have yet to watch. Forgive me for saying that out loud. It's true. This is by Airbricks 95. It's a 1810 piece build featuring Wendy's bedroom and balcony from the Netflix series. I should make this a little bigger so everybody.
Seriously, dude, you need to watch Wednesday.
I know. I just haven't had a chance. There's so many things. I'm still watching Vikings from I'm on season 5 of Vikings.
I haven't seen Vikings, so
Vikings is actually pretty good. It's a little gory, but it's pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, there's the Wendy's set, the Wednesday set. It's Wednesday. I don't have time on Wednesday to watch it. Wendy's. It's Wednesday, and I don't have time to watch
Burgers.
Wednesdays. On Wednesdays because I'm doing this. Anyways,
That'd be
another modular.
It would be a good crossover to have a Wendy's Wednesdays.
Wendy's Wednesdays.
Just a redheaded girl shows up at the
product placement for the next series.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wednesday's going to Wendy's.
So the modular post office in neoclassical style. Also hit 10,000.
I like the details on the front end.
Yeah, it's got some nice facade here for sure.
Yep.
I'm surprised. Oh, and Matt's not here to see it because he walked away. Maybe he'll be back beforehand, but there he is. It's like just his style.
I'm just grabbing trays on the other side of the table.
Okay, fine. Anyways, this is by Uber Toys. Hey, that one at least I can pronounce. It's a modular build, features a 3-story post office that has the post office, the postal museum, and the sorting center built into it.
I like the mail truck, actually.
Yeah, the mail truck's pretty cool too. Yeah.
Forever sorting mail.
Whatever. Yeah. So there's like the mail room. This would be an interesting set.
Is there a guy with a shotgun?
Oh, wow. There isn't a dog either. Oh yeah, there is a dog. I see a dog in the background here.
He's trying to make sure you never get monetized on YouTube.
Yeah, apparently. Not like we have to worry about that, but
we watch a fair amount of true crime solving shows, and it's always on YouTube. It's always like, and then they bleep, da, 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 and then they bleep. We're like, you have to kind of guess what the word was that they bleeped out, so they wouldn't be demonetized. But usually, you can tell by.
Hey, if we're not getting monetized because of this, we're not getting monetized because of the copyright infringement that I keep doing.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, Ben was just saying, don't do a show in January. We're in Canada. No one's going to be doing a show in January, or I don't think. I mean, November's pushing it with Bricks in the Six. But yeah, Atlanta BrickCon is the first. There's the fun one. If you want to go down south in January, Atlanta BrickCon. Matt's local to it.
No, there's a guarantee of 0 snow if you come in February.
That is not true.
No guarantee?
That is not true. There has been snow in January in there, and I was in.
What?
I drove through Atlanta. Well, it's in February technically, right? It's the second week of February, first week of February.
Yeah, it's the
first week of February.
Actually, it's the second weekend this year, but
yeah, okay, fine. Anyway, all right. So yeah, the Market Village achieves 10,000. This is by J.K. Brick, not J.K. Brick Works. Just don't get them confused. It's the hit 10,000 supporters. The build features a medieval village that includes an inn, watchtower, and the butcher's house, surrounded by gardens. That is a lot of gardens.
Yeah, but and it's a nice build, but
yeah,
I mean, there's already a medieval market, second version out for Lego, so I don't think Lego is going to make that into a set.
Yeah, agreed.
Especially because of all the details.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's that one.
It would be like a $500 set plus US.
Last weekend was San Diego Comic-Con. So when we did the chat last week, we did it on Wednesday night, and as we were chatting, 3 new sets dropped during our chat, but I'd already pulled up all the news, so we didn't get to talk about them. So we will talk about them tonight, but by now they're old news because they technically came out last Wednesday. But there was a few people at the San Diego Comic-Con that took a bunch of photos for everybody that couldn't go. So just kind of highlights of like the Lego booth where they had a build your own spaceship type. It was space themed mostly. They had a build area for building your own spaceships. They had display cases with some of the space stuff in it. And are we done?
No.
We're done. And a bunch of the new sets that were revealed, hence the reason they were revealed late that night. There was a white Darth Vader to go with the new Build Your Universe sets from Star Wars. And there's sets like the Legend of Zelda Great Deco Tree, which that was announced so long ago that it seems weird that it's just coming out this week. The Super Mario World and Yoshi, which is this one, and Lego Dungeons and Dragons collectible minifigs. Again, we'll talk about all this in a few minutes. There's the Deku Tree. There was also some exclusive, what do you call those?
Space.
Swan please, patches. That's the word. Where you had to. I think there was a limited amount of these at the convention, but you could get them if you did a task and you were like the first 20 people. Looks like.
First 20 people.
Oh no, that was this one. There was a prize pack that you could get basically a bunch of X-Men or Lego-fied comics from Marvel, as well as a few other things. So yeah, it was very limited.
That to me is actually a great gift for a Comic-Con. You're giving away comics at a Comic-Con.
Lego versions of the comics.
Yeah,
sure. And I mean, Marvel also had a booth there, and they had Lego Marvel sets on display there, so they were kind of crossing over into each of the booths. There was the Dragons Rising panel with a bunch of people that we don't know, and then some meet and greets as well with the with Lego Masters. I know that was going on. There's the Lego Master panel. Jamie was there, and I can't remember her name. Crystal. I think it's Crystal. Yeah. And Duck Bricks was there, and a couple of the other people that deal with the production of it themselves. And Duck Bricks, I think they've got that new set based on their winning model from last year. Spoilers. It was also announced that Lego Masters. I think it was announced that Lego Masters is coming back in September for the next season, I believe.
Well, you did put that in the chat, so
I did put that.
I don't know if it was announced at Comic-Con, but
there. No, season 4. No, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it's announced to be coming back in September. I did it, in our group chat. I think that came from Instagram somewhere. Anyway, we talked about the Apple last week, but the actual build event is this Saturday, I believe, or this Sunday from 12 to 2 at your local Lego store. So if you want to build an Apple, or you can just go to your collection and pretty much build that yourself if you want. Your choice.
Those red wedges are hard to find.
Well, yeah, they're probably a little bit harder. The top wedges, these ones, not the bottom one. Yeah. I'll agree. Okay, so first of the sets that was announced was the Lego Minecraft Baby Pig's birthday celebration, which is Minecraft related. And as far as I know, not many of us all are Minecraft fans.
My kids will love it, but
pretty much. 351-piece set features a birthday from the baby pig. It also includes a zombie, fox, cat, llama, and creeper. Not the loot llama though. That's a different set. It's release date of October 1st with a price point of $20 US. Next up announced was the Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi set, which is actually it's got a little crank in it. The legs move, Mario's moves, and every once in a while Yoshi's mouth opens and he spits out or shoots out a fireball.
It's his tongue, not a fireball.
Is that his tongue? I thought it was a fireball.
No, it's his tongue.
He sticks his tongue out and he goes, "Mah, mah."
Did you know?
And I guess it does have a space on the back for the electronic Mario, and that's how it makes the sound. It's the same like the crank on the TV. So it's got the color thing to make that sound.
Apparently you guys know more about it than I do.
It's my
I
job.
was going to pull up the animation.
He's the Lego guy in Halifax.
That's
right.
not the animation. Yeah, this is true. Is this the animation? Will it move? Hold on, let me mute this.
Yeah, we don't want copyright infringement.
No, it's just I don't want the music playing because the music's pretty loud. I was gonna say it looked weird with Mario on Yoshi's back. There's a big black area. Yeah, there we go. So we get the legs moving, the cape jumps up and down, and when you get Yoshi going enough there. Okay, well,
Yeah,
it
that's
looks
his
like
tongue.
a fireball.
I do like that they don't shy away from how the back looks on that video.
Yeah. Yeah,
because a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's like a monster," but the video shows it off, so it's no trickery. They could have done color coordinated pieces, but you know, what's the point?
Yeah, agreed. So a 1,215 piece set obviously features an 8-bit sprite with Mario and Yoshi. With a gear on the side to move Yoshi's leg. We just saw all that. This will be available October 1st. The price is $169.99 Canadian. It is available for pre-order as well.
Okay, so you're gonna put it together. You're gonna play with it like 15 minutes, and then it's gonna collect dust.
You're gonna put a motor on it and run it at high speed and see how long it takes for the whole thing to fall apart.
Yes,
that actually sounds kind of fun.
Hey, that's a premise for an Instagram video.
There you go. If only I was into Instagram videos, which I'm not. I'll watch them. I don't really want to make them. Lego Star Wars Build the Galaxy Jedi Bob's Fighter. Jedi Bob has finally come back.
I'm actually ordering this comes midnight.
Okay.
Me too.
Because for me, Jedi Bob is like a sentimental value. I was part of the From Bricks to Buttons forum when they actually, and that where Jedi Bob got his name, and I was actually a moderator there when the Jedi Bob was named. So Jedi Bob for me has a sentimental value. I mean, it dates back to the 2000s. So yeah, I'm getting Jedi Bob.
Yeah, what was the flying ship that it was in called again? I can't remember. It's the Clone Wars.
It was the gunship.
The gunship. Yeah, that's right. So it was just a random Jedi in the gunship, and
nobody knew who he was. It was just called Jedi, and someone on FBTB forum suggested, "Hey, it's Jedi Bob," and it stuck. Everybody called him Jedi Bob.
Yeah, and he's pretty expensive too because he only came in that one set, and it's like not a real Star Wars character. So now,
and the only thing special is the face print. Everything else is a generic piece off other people, but the face print has only ever been used for Bob.
And it would be fun now if they somehow worked him into the actual canon.
Well, this is it.
I mean in the Disney Plus canon.
Oh yeah.
That would just be hilarious. Like just have one Jedi walk past another one and go, "Hey, Bob," or something like that, right? Like that would just be hilarious.
Master Bob.
Master Bob. Well, yes, fine.
Master Bob. I do like that the representation of this figure does look like it's been a well played with fig. Like his torso print looks a little like disheveled.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to see on this, but there was a review that got an early access copy of it, and that was focused on. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
And I think the ship actually looks pretty neat.
The ship's pretty cool too. It's Oh yeah.
Oh,
looks kind of like a dirty, and you can see the lines in it. Yeah, I can see that. Gonk, yeah. And honestly, for the Akbar fig as well. There's not many Akbar type figs. I don't even know if I have an Akbar in my collection. So I'm partially, it's like, I might consider that to get like an Akbar head at least. I can put him on a regular body. And I don't think this ship has never existed in the Star Wars universe, right?
Nope.
So I mean, it looks similar to some of the ones that I've seen, but
it's a Jedi Starfighter. It's a version of a Jedi Starfighter, but
it reminds me of
that one.
It reminds me of the Anakin mod one that was in one of the cartoons.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm ordering this. I don't often order things on release day,
Yeah.
But that one I'm getting full price because of the sentimental value.
Well, yeah,
and it's
and I mean-
and at $50, I mean, it's not that pricey.
No, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, also like these slopes or some of these, like this slope is still new to me. So whenever I see it, it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind getting some of those.
Yeah.
Or the wedge plate, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just because I like that. Like I wish we had more wedge plates that ended in a point versus having like a one brick thickness on the side, or one stud thickness. Also, Lego, come on, give us wedge tiles already. More than a 45 degree.
Yep.
That's what we need now. We need wedge tiles. All right, that covers that one. Next up, we have the Dungeons and Dragons figs, which we have all seen. They were officially finally announced. They are available September 1st, from what I remember. Just going to see if there's, yeah, they'll ship in September. Oh, you can pre-order them on Lego right now. Interesting. I've never seen that before, pre-ordering.
Or you can wait and order a full box from Costco.
Yeah.
.ca when
.ca, like
if you're willing to wait a little. I mean,
yeah, and I mean they're $5 a fig through that way, I think, versus $5.99.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I want every single one of these figures. They look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they're going to be army building for a lot of these, and I have to say I'm looking at them because I don't know what the figures are because I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. Don't get me wrong, I want to. I just never had the opportunity to. I mean, I will easily get a set of these guys. I don't know if there's any here that it's like, oh, I must have these characters in my castle. That being said, I probably would get a second set to put all of them in my castle because that would make sense, right? Being medieval and stuff. So.
Yeah, you need to put them in the dungeon though.
I don't
the
have
armor that's on that dragon, I think, is stunning. It's an armor piece with really nice shoulder pauldrons.
Yeah.
And the skeleton warrior has a really nice face. But yeah, he's tucked in there. There's got to be a shot of him somewhere. But yeah, I want that to go on Pick a Brick, and it'll probably be $1.79 per on Canadian.
Though.
Yeah, it won't.
That's the problem. They're not going to make it onto Pick Brick.
Well, everything eventually ends up there, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. All
the licensed stuff.
Minifig parts do not appear on Pick a Brick unless they've been in something else.
But they do sometimes show up in the BAM.
They do sometimes show up in Bricks and Minifigs. Yeah, in store. Yeah, that doesn't help us really. But yeah, you can see the armor there at least.
Well, I think that armor is so cool that it'll be in something.
Yeah, the armor is probably going to end up on Pick a Brick, but probably not the torso.
I was thinking the shield itself. I'd love to have more of the shields because that would make a great faction as well. But yeah. Anyway, I am looking forward to them. Because I think
there's a lot of arm print on a lot of them, and even that dragon with the torso, which you can't even see the torso. There's a print on the torso as well under the armor. So it's just like they just kept slapping on things to keep people from complaining.
Yeah, well, I think they did a good job. I have yet to hear anybody complain about this one. Again, I don't know the source material as well as I should.
It's not spacey enough.
It's not spacey enough.
You're not required to know the source material for everything Lego puts out. It's okay.
No, but I would have. I've always wanted to try to play Dungeons and Dragons. Never had a chance to. I did buy.
You were playing with tractors instead.
Yeah, I did buy I did buy a starter kit during COVID, and I tried to get my kids to play. And I've been not ever playing myself, being a dungeon master. It's like, okay, kids, I have to read this book first because I don't know what to do. So by the time we even got close to starting, they were like, "Yeah, we're bored, bye, Dad," and never again. The box is just sitting there. All right. Next up, we have the Star Wars Onyx Cinder ship, which was officially revealed today. It was already found on the store shelf earlier this week, and the only picture they have is this picture on Shop at Home. They haven't actually, even though they've officially revealed it. When we click on here, there's no ship pictures here, but coincidentally, it's on sale tomorrow.
Nice.
So, And
I have a
this-
question, and I'm gonna look dumb, but where does that come from?
This is coming from the new Skeleton Crew set. This is the Skeleton Crew show.
The show
on Disney
doesn't
Plus.
come on until December 3rd.
There you go. I was going to say,
but it was
yeah.
There was supposed to be a release of the show, I think, in the spring, but then because of the drama of Disney Plus and some executive, Bob Iger or somebody said, there's too much Star Wars. So they had everything planned. The set's been ready to go for a long, long time. And then they just delayed the show because of Disney Plus. So they've had an inventory of these ships sitting around forever. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Lego is excited to get them out of their warehouses.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it looks good, but
I mean, I
I'd
think
like
the
to see the
show
reference. And
it could be a horrible show, but it's got Jude Law and the weird keyboard player from Return of the Jedi, but there's a kid version of that species. So that's what that little elephant kid is. It's Max Rebo Jr.
Yeah, Max Rebo. Yeah. Okay. And just catching up on chat, I pulled up I like the baby elephant in the set. Oh yeah, that's this one. Ben's been posting a lot, and Etienne posted in our group chat about not worried about not being a Dungeons and Dragon player. One of these days, I'm going to find myself a group and learn, and probably like 2 days later go, yeah, this is boring. No, I'm just joking.
You're going to be like, where do you hit the button to roll the dice?
Yeah, and sorry, Ben, I have seen you posting here. He's been just talking about the Yoshi set, the designer, thinking about Kevin Hinkles, who's a former Lego community person, and he was a really good drawer of Mario-based stuff. And yeah, see, Yoshi spraying a fireball would have been next level. He does spray fireballs in the game. I am not incorrect on this, right?
Well, he has to eat something. He has to eat like a special.
Don't we all? If we're not going to shoot at fireballs out of any orifice if we don't eat something. Anyway. And the
Mexican food.
Gonk droid is substandard.
That's the other end.
You can use the Gonk droid as an R2 unit for Bob's spaceship. Anyways, all right. So yeah, so basically, this ship again, the set is available tomorrow. 1,325 pieces for $139. So price per piece is actually a pretty decent thing. Now that is American dollars, but it does fit. Oh, sorry, I just realized that we're covering your head up there, Sean. It does, price per piece. It does kind of work out to the 10 cents a piece price, even though there is a Canadian or the Star Wars tax on it. What just happened there? Is Dave moving us around?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Just out of the corner.
I don't want to cover Sean's face, so I'm going to cover mine.
Oh, in that case, we'll cover yours with the word special flower. Okay, now. So yeah, and as thank you, Sean, for saying December 3rd that this set will be, or this will be the
show.
You get the first real glimpse of the show of the set.
Yes, I like the ship. I like
the ship's pretty cool. I mean, it's VTOL. Like the engines look like they rotate up and down or forward and back.
Yeah.
I did see a shot. So yeah, it must have been on the box. I did see a shot that the like where the pilot sits, where Jude Law's character sits, and it doesn't look like he's actually sitting in front of a window. It looks like he's just somewhere in the ship. It doesn't seem to be a cockpit.
There is a cockpit that's kind of offset off to the side where the pilot kind of lays back in.
Okay.
Which is weird, but there is the whole cargo section opens up and there's like a table and 2 chairs and a bed inside as well.
Hold on. I just remembered that the Brick Fan had a second article on this one. I think it was the Brick Fan. Maybe that's the one that has.
And there is a lever that's on the top of the unit that slides back and forth, and it'll make the engines swivel up and down.
Yeah. Open a new window.
Now that we have a Jude Law head sculpt, I can finally make my talented Mr. Ripley mock.
Oh yeah. So there's the cockpit.
Yeah,
there.
it's kind of this
Again,
weird little pod on the side.
Doesn't seem like there's a windscreen of any sorts there, which is not a big deal. But yeah, there's the side opening up. It looks like there's some cargo holds. Might be the same as this side. No, that's a different area. Oh, that might be the front. Yeah, thanks for mentioning. Oh, there is a wheel. Oh, and the engines rotate when you twist a wheel on the top of some sorts or move it back and forth.
So
there's some function in there, which does mean that might take away from a bit of the play value for kids as well, because they've got to work that in. Hopefully not, but
in the review I saw, it looks really seamless, and it looks like a small mechanism. But
yeah,
it's just weird that we're getting a set. What is it? August 1st, so 3 months before the show comes out, 4 months before the show comes out, and
they've done that.
It could be a horrible show, but it kind of looks like a neat set. But
yeah, they have done that a lot. I mean, I remember the Wonder Woman set came out, the Wonder Woman '94 set.
Yeah,
way before.
Yeah, but that was because of COVID. I mean, COVID scrambled things around. So,
but I bought the set I bought the set on discount before the movie ever came out.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and the movie was bad, and the set was not that good either. So
a whole bunch of solar panels, just what I need for my collection.
Yeah.
So let me share. Exactly. Let me share a story. When I worked at Lego store here in Atlanta, my store manager comes back from the big store manager North American meeting, and he said they were getting up all these questions about why Lego didn't have enough of when the Frozen movie came out. The very first Frozen set was like you couldn't get it, like it sold out immediately, and everybody was upset. And it's Christmas season and Hanukkah, and nobody had Frozen. And at the manager meeting, this got asked, and so the guy from headquarters said, "Well, okay, here's what happens." He says, "When we have a movie-related IP, typically we get a picture of what we're supposed to build, and we have to decide a year before it's going to hit shelves how many units we want. And we don't know the plot of the movie. We just get like still photos, and we just have to guess. And we don't know if the movie's going to be a hit movie. So, I mean, the same thing's going to be true. This ship, the fact that we're getting it now and the series hasn't even hit the airwaves, that's what happens to Lego every time."
Yeah. But the Acolyte never actually had any sets. Right? We haven't had any Acolyte sets at all.
Not yet.
Well, yeah, I would hope that they would come out, but it's interesting that an Acolyte series of sets but this is also a property with kids in it.
And I was mentioning in private chat today that on the other end, the Avatar sets they don't seem to be selling that well because they're all on sale on Shop at Home. The second wave is like being discounted.
Those sets also were released way after the movies came out, right? Like even the second series was like 6 months after the second movie came out.
Yep. But
So-
I mean, the first wave hit the shelves approximately when the movie was released, or maybe a little bit before the second movie was released. So
the Avatar sets bring up a question that somebody asked me recently, and they say, "Can you think of a film series that made as much money, or a film that made as much money but seems to have almost no impact on pulp culture world other than Avatar?" Like, it's like it makes all this money, but yet I don't know. It's like once it's over, it seems like people just move on. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it has staying power. But
and to have the toys, like I think from the first movie there was that cool mech that the soldiers got in, and mechs are cool.
Yeah.
But and alien flying birds and tall weird minifigs.
Yeah.
Like I like dolls, but I don't like long-legged Avatar things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like it's a spectacle. It really is an amazing film spectacle. Like to go in and experience it, and you're seeing all this CGI, and it's like it's amazing to look at. But I don't have any interest to play with any of those characters.
Well,
ever.
I mean, the sci-fi cool parts were all the bad guy vehicles in the movies, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
the
the stuff
dropship
like
was pretty amazing. Yeah.
yeah, the dropship. I mean, just even the research lab with the ship that was carrying it as well. Like that would have made a great set, just those two together, and no
Well, they were
Avatar
the bad-
characters.
Those were the bad guys.
Those are the bad. Oh yeah. I mean, technically, the people that were in that scene weren't, but they were all vehicles from the invading forces. So going back to this, I'm just trying to figure out now: are these guys carrying different colored flashlights? Are they supposed to be light? They're not lightsabers.
There's a theory
Yeah.
that this show was created in the vein of Stranger Things.
Okay.
That one of
Uh-huh.
the characters gets lost, and then they're on a planet maybe, and they're searching for this thing. And
But the show's called Skeleton Crew. To me, it should take place all completely on this ship because there's a very small group of people trying to keep the ship going and getting to where they need to go.
Oh, you're not getting it. It's a
Oh, wait, no, that
crew
was
made
Stargate.
up of skeletons, dude.
That was Stargate.
Yeah.
Universe.
Finally, we
Yeah,
can
that
use
was
all those.
Stargate Universe. Anyway. And yeah, is this set actually 180 bucks? Ben's?
Yeah, they couldn't do a Pirates of the Caribbean movie because of Johnny Depp, and so they switched to a Star Wars movie, but they kept the skeletons.
Yeah, $180 Canadian. Wow.
Wow.
if the ship was called the Skeleton, I could think that's the Skeleton Crew. But,
Oh, that could be it too. Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's called the Onyx Cinder. So
Yeah.
but there is the white stripes, which kind of looks like a rib cage. I don't know, but
Yeah.
there's theories that there's a couple of these short-legged characters which are youth, and Jude Law is the grown-up character. So
Wait, are you
who
saying this
knows
is
what it's
the
gonna be
equivalent to this? Are you saying this is equivalent to the Star Wars white cube there?
yeah, there you go. Yes.
Hey kids, open up the side hatch. I got candy. No, anyway.
Ah,
Ugh.
All right, let's move on. All right. I mean,
yeah, we're still getting canceled.
I'm looking for it. I'm hoping someone does a review in this set in the next few days because I don't think any of them have actually been given the permission to review it yet. Even though it got announced today, so I'm expecting reviews in the next couple of days. As it is,
There's a very detailed review already on with somebody
is there?
that doesn't care to get canceled by Lego.
All right. Well, but that could have been the person that went to the store and picked it up off the Target shelf.
No, that was another. That's
Oh.
actually a RFML that got one off the shelf. So
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sorry, just trying to close off all these tabs that we had open. All right. Some quick new elementary articles. The first one being on the Lego Master winners. The set that was built based on their build. Picture and point here. Large plane with droopy wings. Luckily, these wings don't droop on this plane. Anyway, the wings were massive and they drooped on purpose, or they drooped due to the weight. So there are some new prints in this set.
Well, actually, real plane wings, they do drip.
Well, yes, I know, but not like theirs did. Anyways, there are some new recolors in this set as well. Ooh, this piece in blue. I don't know that. Yeah, well, obviously this is a recolor, so we've never seen it before. But it's funny how some pieces are like that's never existed. It's been around since the '80s, and it's never come in this color yet.
They never made it in blue. I mean,
No,
I saw it in gray, but never in blue.
in gray. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Oh my, Dave Cowdice.
Dave Cowdice.
Copy.
Paging
Image.
Dave Cowdice. Paging.
Pasting into chat. 16 long. Special mention to 4 Technics bricks 1x16s in bright yellowish green. They have appeared in 3 sets, although the 3 were Lego Education sets, so not that well known. Huh. Dave, in case you don't know, Sean, Dave has a collection of the 863, I think is the number, go-kart, the old Technic go-kart.
yes.
He's built it in every color possible. So anytime there's a new Technic beam, I'm saying, hey, Dave.
Yes, I remember seeing that at Bricks in the Six. That was one of my favorite. Like my brother had that set as a child when I was a child, and
Yeah.
seeing that multicolored display really gave me the good feelings in the heart.
Yeah, for sure. Whoops. Yeah, I got the break, Dave. There you go. Dave is actually going camping, although I just saw a post from Facebook that Sandy was at the movie theaters, so I don't know what's going on there. High quantities of some dark blue plates and a bunch of other plates.
That was yesterday, Jeff. He was at the movies yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
I
I don't know. Just
Dave was going to drive all the way to Halifax, and he's camping on his way.
yeah, but no, not really. I mean, he could be, but he hasn't told any of us that. But anyway. New elements were added to the Bricks and Pieces shop this week, or the online Bricks and Pieces. Do we want to go over them? There weren't that much.
Yeah, but I went
Orange
to them.
Spaceman.
It wasn't that exciting.
That wasn't part of it. That wasn't part of the drop, though. The Orange Spaceman, I don't think.
Oh.
But anyways, we'll find out in a second. What did you say, Sincere?
I looked through them, and they weren't
Yeah.
that exciting. I mean, apart from the big quarter dome piece in trans black.
Trans Black, yeah. If there is these five, I think it's these 5 capes, come in a pack for $20. They're all listed individually, but the price on them is like $20 to $27 per. Actually, let's just click on one because that'll open it up in Bricks and Pieces. Hopefully it gets, I got it in Canada, and apparently it didn't open it up properly. Anyway, it is actually all 5 of those pieces, all 5 of those capes, basically like the whole cardboard sleeve that has all those parts in it. So that's just something to note. If you're looking for that shiny cape, you got to buy it with all the wings and stuff as well. Some mini legs. Oh, the space torso here for the alien is there. Yeah, like you said, the panel, the space dog. Meh.
Space bug.
Space bug, sure. It's actually a space chihuahua. It's just in a big inflated space suit. So, just saying. The chubby cat isn't actually chubby in the spacesuit. That's a regular cat. Yeah, not much.
There's one nice tile in there. That diamond-shaped tile is in here.
Oh, yeah. What color is that in? Is that going to work?
That cat's not fat. It's just big boned.
I didn't know.
650-7963. It looks like that they've changed the way this page works now. So it's possible that the links don't. There it is, diamond. In sand blue. Okay. Oh, that's from the Batman mural, isn't it? I think it's from the Batman Gotham City.
The stud on the bottom looks weird.
It's just a pin. Let's see if we can turn it.
I have some in my cart right now.
It's just it's like the anti-stud, so it goes into like a jumper plate hole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just it's like the bar size pin.
Right. Makes sense. Interesting.
Yeah. So, all right. Next up, they did a review of the chrysanthemums and the plum blossom sets, which are also available as of tonight.
Those are in my cart.
Those are in Matt's cart already. Well, they're not in your cart yet because you can't add them to your cart because they're not actually available yet.
You can pre-order, I think.
Oh, so you put them in your cart as pre-order. They might get cleared out.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it doesn't matter. You can easily add them in. Just
I'm gonna order at midnight anyway. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. So of interest here is the multiple colors of bananas in orange, reddish orange, and bright light orange. I believe it is. Yeah, reddish orange, bright light orange, and orange.
That's banana.
It is bananas. The tooth banana. Is this also a new piece? Yeah, that is in well, not a new piece, but a recolor in regular orange. A bunch of the other parts in oranges and dark greens. Sand green for the new curved wedge brick. I don't know what you actually would call these. Hey, this is not me typing for the record. This is others typing on my behalf. Otherwise known as Mr. Sensier, because he's the one that has the power to do that. The 5x5 and by 3 1/3 dome piece in sand green. The 3x3 tile in sand green. This is one of those wheels. This is in gold lacquered. Ooh, that's nice. The new 3x1 brick. Is this actually new? Yeah, I guess that is a newer one. And then rare parts as well. In here now for the Plum Blossom. Oh, so, and some of these appear in both sets. So, oh wow, the tree. What color is that? Dark green. Wow, the palm leaf in dark green. That's a first.
Yep.
Is it?
I think
Is that
so.
a first? Yeah. There's a lot of new parts in this set.
That's why you need to buy 5 of them.
No, you don't actually. You can just wait for the parts to get on bricks and pieces and buy what you want.
Or you could just wait till Matt has the parts draft at.
Original lime. Yeah, this is original lime. Sorry, Dave was asking. I'm just talking about a chat. Goldfinger, yeah. All right, so on the Plum Blossoms, we have the peach piece in a pink color, dark brown cones, and the number 3 connector. For the record, there is actually a number 7 connector now. That's between a 2 and a 3, so it's like a 2.5 if you know how the sizes work. Sand blue pieces, sand blue, right?
Yeah.
Sand blue, which are pretty nice as well. And the pots are similarly designed, so they're going to have similar pieces, just different colors. The lacquered in gold again pieces, and these sets I think were like $40 a piece.
30 US, so yeah, they're probably 40.
Yeah, I think they're 40. I think they're 40 Canadian, which I mean is a decent price. The dark brown flower stems. Again, these parts, because they are similar in design of the base and the vase. So, I mean, I had no intention of buying these ones, but I mean, these are actually pretty good, decent parts packs. Again, probably just wait to buy the parts that I want when they come out. But yeah.
Or great set for draft pick.
Yeah. Last but not least is the Milano spaceship from Guardians of the Galaxy. And I can tell you right now, this windscreen is a brand new windscreen, shape and everything. I don't know. I think that might have been the only new piece. So they've done their whole breakdown of how it fits into system. It comes in its own paper bag. Speaking of which, has anybody gotten a set that has more than one paper bag in it as of yet? Yeah.
Nope.
So maybe this next wave will. They keep on showing the boxes whenever someone who gets a review set, they show the boxes and they're all paper bags inside, and the boxes are these nice boxes that slide off the base. Those are only samples that they're handing out to those guys, because I don't see those here. Anybody in Europe that probably not watching right now, but I'm assuming that that's not what they're getting either. Maybe the Europeans are getting that style already because they are being shipped out of Billund. And these are recolors of some of the parts as well.
I did get one cool box.
Oh yeah,
this is the North American version, and this is the Japanese version.
Oh, you got the Japanese one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's hold on. It takes a moment to. Yeah, Animal Crossing in Japan. So how'd you get the Japanese version? You just know someone? And
I happened to have my cousin come by from Japan, and he was like, "Hey, do you want anything from Japan?" And I was like, "Actually." But
yeah, that's pretty cool.
The exact same.
Yeah. Is it just literally the writing on the top, or well, obviously it's the copyrights and there's probably some more Japanese language on it.
There's a choking hazard warning that is present on the sides. A little bit different, but mostly it's the same. I guess it is Japanese actually, just there.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's no part count, and that's common for foreign.
Yeah, I mean anything outside of North America doesn't have a part comment. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I had it translated, and I guess it doesn't perfectly translate to Animal Crossing. It's more like Animal Park or something like that. But anyway, pretty cool. But yes, I was very pleased when my cousin was like, "Hey, anything?" But yeah, there's so few exclusive sets in strange places. When I was in Chicago, I was like, why is there not one stock of like the whatever the architecture series from Chicago? Why don't they just make 1 million of them and leave them in Chicago and just keep them at the store? Why isn't there something more.
Well, I mean, New York
exclusive.
City has the Statue of Liberty, so I mean, it makes sense that some of the bigger
Yeah.
cities should have something unique.
Yeah.
But what? Well, I mean, what do you do? Like a chrome bean shaped build at the Chicago site or
It
something?
could
I don't know.
be, you know, a Michael Jordan basketball player.
Yeah, there you go.
The Sears Tower. You could have a Sears Tower.
Yep.
I've watched a few reviews on the Milano ship, and they've been saying this is a really amazing build. So if you were thinking of buying it, it might be worthwhile, based on some of the comments I've heard, and it's got some decent playability in it, and just the fact that all the wings are movable and they can pose it a lot as a display stand. So, and I think it's the first time all the Guardians have come together in one set, with exception of Mantis. I think that's right.
The Christmas kit, I think they all came in the Christmas set.
Yeah,
Advent
but I
calendar.
mean,
But
they
they all
were
had-
dressed in Christmas gear,
Hey,
right?
Christmas is the season that keeps on giving.
It is. Yeah. Dave, your mic's going a little Darth Vader-y on us. I shouldn't have said anything. I would have just.
You shouldn't have. Don't encourage him.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So back to the exclusive things for a second. A friend of mine just went to London for a week, and he's like, "Hey, is there anything you want me to get?" You know, and I said, "Well, there is an exclusive minifig at this one," but I said someone already got me one, so
Okay, that's the guard, right? The Buckingham Palace guard, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then I was in New York, and I went to the flagship store, and you can get a torso that just says "I Heart New York,"
I Heart New York,
which is okay. I did buy the New York postcard set at that store, which felt like a souvenir from my trip. It would make sense, actually. That's something that they could actually have unique to stores, is like a postcard of that particular city. And that, to me, that would make a lot of sense to have those at like Tokyo or, major world cities would have like a postcard set that maybe was unique to the store. But
like Chicago's the third biggest city in United States, and I thought that was surprising that there wasn't anything special. Like I come from a place where there's no Lego store at all. I have to go 14 hours to get to the nearest one. So I think Quebec, they should all be more special, because honestly, when I get there to the non-special stores, I just ask myself, why can't this be in Halifax, Nova Scotia? It's not that. It's just like the Toys R Us was picked up and put in a mall. That's really all I find they are. So
I mean, they should be more widespread, but I think they're trying to hit all the bigger American cities as well, to try and slowly populate everywhere. I mean, eventually I would expect to see them everywhere, but
they're definitely ramping up the number of stores. I actually kicked around the idea of writing an article for Brick Nerd on what's the most underserved markets in North America, like population and like the distance to.
That's right up your alley, dude.
Yes. Nova Scotia, the Maritimes, there's a million people within the province. So why there can't be a store there? There's one in Manitoba, there's
3 in Toronto.
There's 3 in Toronto.
Yeah, but
plus the Discovery Center.
The people of Quebec City are asking the same thing, because there's 2 in the Montreal region, but there's none in Quebec City. So and there's actually one in Ottawa now, and still none in Quebec City. So
but let me ask this question. Speaking as someone who owned a copy of the Canadian Almanac of Facts, isn't the population of Winnipeg double that of Halifax?
How old is your copy?
Depends on your definition of Halifax.
1987.
Yeah, 15 years ago they amalgamated the surrounding suburbs into the Halifax Regional Municipality.
Okay.
So in that there's like 700 and some thousand or million. It probably still is only half of Winnipeg, but and as soon as you get to there, you're like, well, we should give Regina one because they've got 300,000 people. And but my metric is if there's an IKEA, there should be a Lego store, and we've got a really nice IKEA. So
and there's an IKEA in Quebec City.
There you go.
There you go. Quebec City gets one too, and we could all get NHL franchises and NBA franchises too.
Well, I mean, that's one
I
reason
don't want
looked at this.
CFL in Halifax though.
I was looking at NHL franchise populations also for a completely other thing. I used to write a hockey blog, but you know, I mean, like Winnipeg's almost 1 million people, and Quebec is roughly 1 million people, but Halifax was pretty far behind those two, as I recall, at least at the time that I did the study. But
yeah, I think the peninsula has like 250,000, but it's a landlocked area. But if you include all the suburbs, it's like triple that. So it's still small, but still.
On the good news front, they do seem to be rolling them out to smaller metropolitan areas, like in the U.S. Oklahoma City just got a store, and Oklahoma City is not that big, you know.
I pulled up the list here. Arkansas is getting a store soon.
Yeah.
Iowa is getting one. Michigan's getting a second one at the Woodland Mall, so that's interesting. Nevada's getting one, or getting a second one as well. And that's it. So they got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 stores coming, at least that haven't opened as of yet, and no more in Canada as of yet. But
yeah,
does Michigan really only have one store? Because that's a
there's one in one of the fancier in Detroit, one of the fancier store or malls.
Detroit Metro is a big metro area. I'm shocked they only have one store, because most large.
Oh, and this the new one's in Grand Rapids, so it's not even in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an underserved market. Yeah. That was in my top 10, I think, of underserved markets.
Yeah. And it's interesting because there's also a Bricks and Minifigs there that I haven't been to, because when I'm going to Chicago, you go this way to Chicago versus this way to Chicago. But maybe I need to, if I'm going back to Chicago one time, maybe I need to go visit Grand Rapids.
Are there, there's a Bricks and Minifigures store in Newfoundland, of all places, too.
Yes, there is. It's the only one in Canada.
Yeah. And I've talked to the owner there, and I was thinking about getting a franchise here because I was like, there's never going to be a Lego store, but the buy-in seems
prohibitive,
high. Like, it was like, you need $100,000 to open a store, but you need $200,000 to have an opening event. And you're like,
what?
Oh, why do you need that much more to have an opening event?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they have people come out to promote
to fly in the Lego Masters from all across Canada.
Wow.
If I can run Bricksplosion on my credit card, I can I can do anything.
Oh, jeez. So is anybody buying stuff? Well, we've already. Matt is. I am. Are we all buying
I'm
stuff?
gonna buy that stupid
Jedi Bob.
Well,
Jedi Bob?
Black Falcon?
The Dark Falcon. That's what I'm gonna buy.
Really? Okay.
And you have to wait till 1 a.m., don't you, Sean?
Yes, I have to wait till 1 a.m.
We have to wait till midnight, and you have to wait till 1, and that's horrible.
Well, it's already 11:45, so
An hour later in the Maritimes.
Yeah. Well, at least you're not in Newfoundland. It'll be an hour and a half, and that's just
I was
wrong.
gonna say Newfies are the half-hour difference, but
Yeah.
But yeah, the I don't know, that Millennium Falcon. I really think it's foolish. Actually, the Ahsoka battle on Perdita or whatever they wanted, but it's got Grand Admiral Thrawn. I do have the Ghost over here and all the Ahsoka Star Wars. We should do a tour of everyone's spaces, but I am a big Ahsoka fan, so I think that's a big one. And the smaller Star Destroyer that comes with Cal Kestis from the Jedi Starfighter video games. It's been on pre-order for like 3 months, but I think it actually launches today as well. So it's like $209. It's a nicer mid-scale Star Destroyer.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about that. I'm just thinking of all the $200 things that I can qualify to get even more space babies.
Well, you need 280, I think it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, not this one. No, that's
no.
I should just do coming soon. But hold on, let me sort it by newest. There's the Perdita one.
Why is the Milano in 2D?
Yeah, well, especially since I sorted by Star
That
Destroyer.
one, yeah.
Oh, this one here. Okay.
Yeah.
209. Yeah.
At least I think it's supposed to come tomorrow. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Yeah. So it's a nice scale. I think it would look nice next because they had a nice Star Destroyer. It was like 10 years ago, and it sells for pretty well secondhand. I think this is a little bit nicer, but and I've got the UCS. That's the only UCS set I have is the Star Destroyer. So I think this would be a nice.
I still love when they first came out with the
How
UCS
nice!
sets.
I was also one, but he uses that as a footstool.
I still love when the original UCS sets came out. You had the Super Star Destroyer, that on Micro Star Destroyer, and then you got the Star Destroyer that had the Micro Tentative 4, and then you got the Tentative 4, and I don't think it had any vehicle, but
No, it didn't have any.
No, but it was just kind of a cool transition if you had been able to put them all side by side to say, yeah, this is the scale, this is the scale, this. Oh, and the Death Star came with Super. Did the Death Star come with one? I don't think the Death Star came with the Super Star.
I don't think that.
Death Star 1.
The Death Stars 2, I think, came with the.
Do they have a TIE fighter?
Super Star Destroyers.
Jeff's gonna retcon it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, the yellow minifigure or the yellow baby is going to be out in the set next tomorrow. The yellow classic space baby.
No, it's
yellow
not.
baby.
No, it's not.
When the set previous first came out, I thought there was in the picture. Oh, I'm going to full screen me here.
Well,
in the picture,
they have to make a yellow and red one, really.
In the picture, there's this little area on the windscreen that bubbles up a bit. I'm like, oh, I think because it wasn't the best picture because it was like someone's leaked image. I'm like, oh, I think there's a baby's head there. There's a yellow baby because it makes sense because a yellow baby came with this set.
No.
But yeah, not
But
so much.
no.
It was the space baby that only Jeff could see.
Oh yeah. There was a Star Destroyer or a Super Star Destroyer.
You still owe me poutine over this, by the way.
You know, it's funny though because I'm not going to go back now this year.
Okay.
To get you poutine.
That set right there.
Yeah.
I bought a damaged box when it came out, and I lived in a tiny place. I had no place to build it, so it went in storage. And I finally got a larger place. And then I was like, it's kind of chunky and ugly. I don't know if I'm going to build it. I built the Star Destroyer that came out at the same time, so it sat.
Yeah.
I sold that. I sold that thing for $1,200 on eBay, and I paid $125 for it originally. I will never, ever top that.
No.
My story with this set is I had this as well. This was my wedding gift from my house. And it was in my at my office at my work office, and it was sitting on top of my filing cabinets for like 5 or 10 years until I finally divorced my wife, and basically disassembled the set, and it's completely old gray on the inside, new gray on the outside. Like it's literally anything that was in direct contact with the overhead lighting is old gray now, and you flip it over and it's new gray underneath, and it's like so. But
is that a bad sign when someone gives you a Death Star and you're getting married? Maybe.
Well, that's what I wanted for. Anyway.
I'm making it.
Breaking news. There was something else that.
At least you had the kind of friends who knew you needed Lego as a gift. Like I have to admire that. So.
Well, no. This was my ex bought this for me as my wedding gift.
Wow.
So it's not like a friend bought it for me.
Oh. Okay.
So I had to stay together. I wasn't taking it apart while we were married, and then finally not finally, but when we divorced, I'm like, oh, cool, I can take this part and use the parts, and then it's like, and it's been colored badly over the time.
See, you should have gotten a sword. My wife gave me a sword for our wedding, so
that is an interesting choice.
It's a very pointed gift.
Yeah, it was a medieval wedding. I was dressed up.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Medieval armor, so she got me a sword to go with.
Are you serious?
I want to see pictures of this.
Yeah, I do too.
It should be part of someone's mock that happens.
When I got married, I
went
to the courthouse and the judge did it, so it was not very, we dressed up as middle-aged white gay people, but
Awesome.
Very stylish.
This was on BrickFan that dropped in the past few hours. Lego Harry Potter: The Burrow Collector's Edition book. First look, or no, sorry, this is actually a set. Sorry, the Burrow. This is a teaser for the collector's edition. So the UCS Burrow, I'm guessing. So like the same scale as the larger castles and some of the other large sets that have come out. The collector's edition official information on the set is still unclear. It's reported to have 2,405 pieces and include minifigures of Harry Potter and the whole Weasley family. The official announcement should be coming very soon. So there. We caught the news before it happened. Well, as it happened. And that's the news. So
Cool.
So yeah. Like I said, I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to buy the museum tonight. It's the reason why I want to buy it is because I feel I should be getting it because it came out last December. There's also a few sets. There was also an article in Brick Set or the Brick Fan that was talking about the sets that are discontinuing at the end of the year. And yeah, I want that set as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to open up a browser here again with the because there's a few sets on here that I added to my wish list. Sorry, I added to my.
That's a lot of money for a car. Why would anyone waste that money on a car? I tell you. Well, you could buy a spaceship for the same kind of money.
So there's.
Be quiet.
There's a few sets that are retiring soon. One of them being the Executor Superstar Destroyer, the Quinjet. Apparently, these are all retiring at the end of the year. The Ghostbusters Ecto 1, which I never thought about getting, and then I realized I have almost every single collectible car in that series. So, do I now need to get the Ecto 1? And also the Eldorado Fortress.
Yes, you need to because you're complete.
You need to get it.
Yeah,
You
and the
need to get
Eldorado
all
Fortress. But,
if you miss out, you will cry from now.
No, I won't actually. I don't have James Bond's car. I don't have the DB5 because again, that was a little bit before I started collecting them. So I don't feel like
Executor.
Sorry,
is it Executor or Executor?
That's a good point. I've always said Executor.
I don't know. It's a nice ship. I've got it back here actually.
Yeah. Well, and I've got like. I'm not buying the Emperor, the Hand or the Fist or whatever the other ship's called. But I did get the Falcon and I got the 10 and the 4. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. And I was debating whether or not to like hang these from the roof at some point. I think they would hang well off the roof being so light or being so small.
Yeah.
But
I have the UCS Executive.
Yeah, we know that.
Which I mean, so the way that I got it is when the second local Lego store in Atlanta opened, they were asking for volunteers, and if you volunteered, you got a 30% off up to $500 coupon. So I bought it, and then like a hot minute later, they just retired it, and it seemed like they retired it a little early, and it ended up being like very sought after. I'm not parting with mine, I it's Star Wars. I'm not giving that up, but
yeah.
I'm glad I feel fortunate that I got one before it went away. Because a lot of people thought it would stick around longer.
Yeah.
It is my one regret. When I was at Bricks in the Six at the yard sale, there was somebody selling one for a pretty good price. And I just didn't have the luggage room to bring it back to Halifax. So I just said, no, I can't do it. And then it sold 2 minutes later. And I was like,
the James Bond DB5, the larger scale set, at Bricks at Atlanta BrickCon last year, I was sitting at my seat at my display, and I looked across. I could see the vendors, and this was last year's. Was 2 years ago, I guess it was when it was really packed. You couldn't get across the hall because it was so busy. And I noticed they had one up on one of the higher shelves, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go over there and see how much that is. And the next time I look up, it's gone. I guess I'm not get that one. But yeah. So Ben was saying has rooms for most of the Weasley children. So that new Harry Potter set. So that'll be interesting to see. We'll probably talk about that one next week. We're at 2 hours. Holy crap! What happened? Oh, there's 4 of us, so we talked more. Yes, that would be what happened.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not a problem. Now I only have to stay up 1 extra hour. Well, we all have to only stay up 1 extra hour to order our stuff. Brick Explosion, when is it?
August 10th.
August 10th?
August 9th is the AFOL night where we're going to do some games and prizes and fun stuff. August 10th is the public day. I've got it broken up into 2 sessions. There's like basically 10 to 1, and then a break for everybody, and then another session from 2 to 5. Tickets start at $7.50 or $20 for a family of 4.
That's Canadian.
Canadian. Well, I like to be cheap because
no, you're affordable. You're not cheap. You're affordable.
I'm affordable. And it was even more affordable last year. And everyone's like, it's so affordable. I mean, you should raise your prices. But yeah, it should be like 150 tables. We've got 17 vendors, which is insane. I kept saying no, and then friends came out of the woodwork going, "Can I sell my modulars?" And I'm like, "Okay, you can have a space." But yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. And Marilug, the Maritime Lego User Group, is the feature debut or the feature exhibitors. James Powell, all the way from the Vancouver Islands, is driving all the way across the country. The Brick Chick is going to be there. She's coming from Vancouver. Yeah, it's going to be an experience. So, and yeah, awesome. There you go. And what else? Oh wait, we got this. We got an exclusive kit. Actually, there's 2 of them.
Hold on. That's getting. Oh, is that what you were flying around a few minutes ago?
Nice.
The LL902. So the 902 is actually the area code for Nova Scotia. There is a little R2 unit in the back, or something like that. So these are going to be packed. That's what I'm packing up tonight. I have to finish the instructions. And there's also a castle set somewhere.
Castle.
Yes. This minifigure is slightly different than the one that's coming with it. But this is the Holdfast Outpost.
Cool. I like the sticker. It's like Yellow Castle. Yeah,
it's actually a printed piece from Marc-Andre from Baz in Montreal.
Yeah.
And he did the shield as well. So the shield is the Holdfast Bricks, my company shield. Yes, Million Prints. Everyone give Million Prints a shout out. So it comes with arrows and spear and a sword and a soldier and the custom shield and the custom printed piece.
Cool.
So that's the second exclusive kit that is available. There's t-shirts, there's lanyards, I'm trying to make it worth everyone's while to come out and have fun at Bricksplosion.
If you had said one more thing, I would have said, oh my.
Yeah.
Elephants, lions, and tigers.
And bears and tigers and lions. Oh my.
Yeah. So
there's brick badges, VIP brick badges. We've got all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. Well, hopefully it goes well, and that's a couple of weeks away. Yeah, a couple of weeks away. So good luck on it. Maybe next year some of us can get out there. Be awesome to be able to get out there.
And I guess the other big thing that I've mentioned before with Maritimes and Quebec specifically, the guys from Louis Brick have this is the final event of the Louis Brick show. So there's the Fortress of Louisburg, which is where they built this replica of the historic version of Louisburg. And so in Nova Scotia, in northern Nova Scotia, up in Cape Breton, is the remnants of the rebuilt fortress. It actually pales in comparison to how amazing the Lego version is.
Yeah.
But the entire version of Louis Brick is on display in the Louisburg Fortress. So if you make it to Nova Scotia this summer, and I think it's up until like October 1st, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's from.
Yeah. So it opened in May, and a couple of the members from Marilug came up and met the 5 of the crew from Louis Brick. Jean Bedard was just back in Nova Scotia this week with his family, which is really cool. And so it'll be there for a little bit longer. So if anybody makes it to Nova Scotia this summer, this fall, this would be the place.
Yeah, I was hoping to, but that didn't work out.
Yeah. And so, this is basically going to be the last time it's ever together because they want to build something new. And so I think they're donating a chunk to the fortress as a goodwill thing. And then they're going to take the rest back and build, I don't know, a giant Death Star or something. So.
Yeah. with Imperial soldiers. but
Yeah,
not that Imperial. Well,
It's
they're
like
not
an
really
old-timey
Imperial. I know,
Death
but-
Star.
Yeah, an old-timey Death Star.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, we'll call it a night because we're over 2 hours, but it's been a very fun chat. So I thank all you guys for coming out. I am
Thank you,
hitting the
Sean.
button. So thank you, Sean, for coming out. You're welcome to join us anytime. Give us a review of how your event went afterwards, even.
Sounds good.
That'll be awesome.
And pictures.
And helicopters. Dave's asking if there's Ben's asking if there's helicopters.
Helicopters, yeah.